The first thing you're going to want to do is open up your template that you purchased from Elevated Agent, and it should open into your Canva like this. Today we are working with our classic just listed property website. And so this is a freestanding landing page where people can come and just find all of the information about your listing. So when you open it, you will see, if you click on the four boxes here for the grid view, you will see all of the different slides inside of this website landing page. So we are going to work with the websites just like we do any other template that has different slides in it. Now, when you double click, it does put all of the slides right next to each other. So it looks like one long landing page. There's no gaps or anything. So here is our first slide. You can tell by how the purple is outlining the graphic of what size the slide is. Right here is where you're going to want to update your logo. This is a gradient, so that way you can see the text a little bit clearer here. So if you want to change out this photo to your listing photo, what you're going to do is you can slide this down, or you can just pop it up above it here. So I'm going to find a photo. Let's see, we're gonna do this one. There's our beautiful house that we just had listed. Now, I don't like how the text is kind of like over the house and it still feels a little dark. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually move the house up. So I'm gonna double click on the image again. And you can see the whole image popped up, kind of, you can see the faded out. So that's where the image is. And we're gonna just slide it up. And then I'm just going to click on the gray over here to deselect it. So now we can see our image a little bit better. It's still a little dark, so I'm actually going to just play with this here, and I'm going to delete the gradient to see if we can survive without it with this image. And it is okay. It's still a little bit hard here. So I'm actually going to undo that. And instead, what we're going to do is we can even drag it down a little if we want to fit the image a little bit better, and we can pop that up. Or what we can do is we can take down the transparency a little as well. And so I like that a lot better. It helps make the image a little bit brighter, but yet you're still able to read this down here. The one thing I do want to point out is you don't really want to slide this, because what this is going to do is it's going to create a line across your gradient. And a lot of times you can see that in images because you're basically cropping that instead of moving it. So we just don't want to do that. We want to move the whole thing. Okay, so now we have our image uploaded. To change your address, you're just going to double click this, and let's see, 1235 Southwest 26. I like that because then it goes all the way. And move this down. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger just so it matches this text a little bit better. Like that. So now here's a little tip. If you're moving this and you can't just quite get it where you want because it keeps wanting to pop into certain areas, like I want it not that low, but I don't really want it this high. And as you see how it's like popping to the grid, I don't want to change that because I do like the grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom in real close here, and then that allows me to have a little bit more control over where I'm moving it. So I like that better. Great. So now what we need to do is add our logo. So we're going to come up here. I'm just going to drag that off. That's not our logo, right? So we're going to come over here, over to our brand. We're just going to pop our logo right on there. I'm actually going to put it over on this side, so that way it stands out a little bit more. So you would just want to put your brand logo probably right about here. On top, always, you'll also want to probably put your brokerage logo up here as well. I like it right on top, so that way no one can ever say anything about how it wasn't legible or visible to the general public. We're going to stay safe with our rules here. Okay, so now let's go back to the grid view. I just want to show you something. You'll see these are throughout the template. And so what these are just buttons. So here we're going to group these together. Okay, so here, if I want to select or click to schedule a private showing, what we're going to do is we're actually going to link this, and we are going to link it to our email. So let's just say, we'll say hello at okay. So now that we put in our email, it already pops up as mail too. So then it automatically will open their email when they click on that. And so now we want to download, we want to click to download our flyer. So we need to make sure that we have our flyer available. All right, so to link your flyer, you could do this a couple of ways. You could link it to a Google Drive where they could download it, or like a Dropbox, or you can actually link it straight to a Canva template if you share a view link. So we can share a public view link right here. We can grab that. Okay, and then just click copy. And then over here, we can come here. And then what we're going to do is link and then just paste your link, click done. So now if someone clicks on this button, it'll automatically take them and they will be able to view everything just like this. Okay. Or an option would be to download it in from Google or Dropbox, and then they could download it onto their personal computer too. So here is more information about the house. You would just fill this out. You can easily update any of these photos with your, of course, your listing photos. So we'll just drag and drop. You can also add videos. So I'm just finding some videos to show you guys here. So as you can see, this is playing. And then if you come up here to playback, it will allow you to play it on repeat or play automatically when people go to the website. So that's really important that you look at that and decide what you want. You can change the speed here. You can also mute it. You can do different types of audios there. And then you can also even edit your video straight inside of here. So if you had like so if you had drone footage or neighborhood footage or indoor footage, whatever, you could definitely do right there. A little bit more about the home. Again, this is where you're going to link your buttons like above. This is where you could put a whole nother video. You could put more on the house. Again, you're just dragging and dropping to update. You don't have to do anything to change very much here other than just updating the photos and writing your text about the house. This could be a floor plan. You could do any types of things here. Like we have our regular floor plans here. You could also put in your Matterports or anything you want there. And then there's a little bit more information about you. So I'm going to show you how you can kind of do this effect with your own photo. This is you and you want to change out this guy. So we're going to remove him. And here I'm going to remove the background off of this one. And now I do want to say, if you put this down like this, it will cut you off, even though, you would think it would flow over into this, it won't. So it will still cut you off there. So we're going to make this bigger, and I don't really want her legs on there. We're just going to kind of go like that. Okay, and we're going to go bigger like that. I'm just pulling it in so that way it cleans up the design a little bit. Okay, so now I have it sized how I want it. We're going to put a little bit of a shadow on her. I only like to do this because it adds a little bit of dimension to the design, and it does make you pop off the page a little bit, just giving that extra texture. And it just looks it just looks professional. But I'm going to say if you do it too much, definitely takes out the professionalism. So if you do this and you just leave it right here, that does not look good. We are going to adjust it and make it look like it actually fits into this scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that distance back. We don't need quite as much of a shadow, right? So that already looks much better. I might even give her a little bit more. If you go to angle, you can see that you can basically make that angle go whatever which way you want. I kind of like it how it originally was, like just to the right and down a little bit. And then your intensity, you can make it like darker or lighter. I like mine just kind of right in the middle, right there. Just a real natural shadow. It looks really good too because we do have a gradient here on the background again, so that way you can read the information better without being inundated with that background image. So this shadow just pops even a little bit more white gradient. Here, you would just update this. Then you could sign your name. If you don't like this font, you know, this is a very specific font, of course you can come up here and change it to any font you want. I mean, you could do anything your little heart desires inside Canva. So that's where you would change that. Okay, here you would again also put a link to, let's see, that, double click, and then we're going to link. You can put your email in right there again. So that way they could automatically email you. Of course, we're going to have some more testimonies and then all of this. So here you can actually link each one of these to the platform. So we go to, let's say, Insta. I'm going to copy my URL right there, and I'm going to jump back over to our website. And then all you have to do is click on Instagram and then hit copy, or excuse me, Command V, and then it automatically pastes it. If you don't want to do that, I just undid it on my keyboard, and you want to do it the other way, you can go to this three dots, click link, paste it again, hit enter or select done, and it'll do it that way as well. So now anytime they go onto the website and click the little button, it will take them directly to that site. Again, here, we're going to double click, we're going to link it, and we're going to say, phone number. Again, look, automatically has it. So then if they click on it and they're on their phone, it could automatically call you on their phone. Of course, here you're going to just paste your website and then again with your email. All of these buttons are clickable inside of the website. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. So now we've updated everything. It is all reflective of our new listing and of us and all of our contact information. So now what we can do is we can go here to preview. We want to see exactly what it looks like. Can we click our buttons? Make sure all of our buttons are appropriate and going to where they need to be. I just clicked that and it opened up my email. So that works. I don't think you guys can see that on this recording. But okay, so we're going to keep scrolling. Look at the house, our video. Let's make sure our video looks good. It's automatically playing. That's beautiful. Awesome. Okay, and then we're just going to keep looking, making sure everything looks great. This is, you would also want to make sure that is connected to your email again. So you would want to check that. We're going to look at our overlays. Make sure you saw how that text slid in. Let me show you how to do that in just a second if you like that. We're going to check all of our buttons here, make sure everything looks good. And of course, I'm going to just show you real quick. We just did the Instagram, so I'll show you. Pop on, hit that Instagram button, and yep, took us straight to Instagram. That's exactly where we need to go. So perfect. All right, so if you want to have more motion to your website, perfect. I love that. Let me show you how to do that real quick. So let's say if you wanted motion on this first page, anything that's not grouped together will have its own motion independently. So when you kind of click up here, it should say no animation, right? So now we're going to click on that, and that's where you can start pulling in all of the animation. However, if you click on just the slide itself, it's going to animate everything on the slide. We don't really want to do that because you can see over here, watch this when I hover over one of the animations, you're going to see like our gradient and stuff off the page. We don't want that. Okay, that looks not very professional, right? So how to not do that is what we're going to do is we're going to take our text here. I'm going to group this. What that does is now causes this whole thing to move as one. While we have it selected, we're going to go to animate, and then we can use our animation that will just affect that one grouping. So I typically like things that move rather quickly instead of slower, you know, like the drift. So I think we're going to go with baseline on that. And then you know what, we're selecting the individual elements. I think we can make that one pop up like that. Great. Okay, and now we're going to leave our buttons alone. We don't really want them to move or anything. Now, again, this is a video, so we don't really need to animate that. If we wanted to, what we could do here is we could select all of our text. We're going to group that, and let's get that a little animation. Let's see. We're going to do a pan, but I want it to pan the other direction. Right now it's going from left to right. I want it to go from right to left to kind of slide in and meet the photo. And then you can also always change the speed. So we like it slow or do we like it fast? So we're going to go kind of more on the fast side towards the medium. Okay, so now that we have that, we can definitely check out in our preview. You just kind of have to watch quickly. So as it slides is when it's going to pop up. Unfortunately, we didn't. Here, we'll do this again. Okay, okay, popped it up there. Try this one more time. There we go. I did the wrong thing. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we're on there. It slid in. We're automatically playing. Great. So on this one, what if we did just welcome home? We can have that maybe. See, oops, animate. I like the breathe. That's nice. And while they're reading it, it'll still move a little bit. Okay, great. So now let's preview that. Yeah, that looks good. Just a little bit of movement. I like it. Again, we have our videos. Wonderful. Okay, so now we have the website. Oops. Now we have the website exactly where we want it. The time has come to publish this website. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to hit publish. Okay, you're going to select if you want it to resize on mobile. We're not going to include a navigation since this is just a single landing page for your site. We don't need to do that. This is what it is going to be for the URL. If you have a custom URL you would like to use, this is where you would use it right here. You can also select here and bring your own domain or buy a new domain directly off of here. As you'll see down here, I have a domain that I brought in already. And so then your subpath is going to be what is going to be after. So I would call this 235 Southwest 26th Court. So that way it's exactly what your address is. And also if anyone Googles it, then you might be able to find it here. Let's talk Google real quick too, because here is what they're going to see when they pop up here, which is what your template is called. You don't want them to see this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually change it to the website address. Okay, and it might not let us do a comma, and then you're going to want to write a description right here. There you go. So that is what you'll want to do there. And then you're going to pop this down, and you're not going to want this password protected. You do want search engines to find this. And it says the link preview is disabled. Now you want to make sure that this is enabled, because now when you share your URL on places like Facebook, a lot of times a little pop-up will appear and it'll have like a photo that it pulled from that page that is displayed with it. That's exactly what the link preview is. So here is what your link preview is going to look like if you were to share it on something like Facebook. Great, this is perfect to me. I actually think that you can even change that based on uploading a thumbnail. So I like this one though, like I'm good with this, so that's perfect. So now what we're gonna do is publish this website. Great, it has been published and we are good to go. We are now going to view it so we can. All right, so here is your website. Looks great. Oh, there's our welcome home. Our videos are playing. So now anytime anyone wants more information about your listing, they have this beautiful website to go to and learn all about your listing. And again, we can check your links, make sure they work. Call us. This says open FaceTime. I don't know if you can see that, but all right. That is how you edit and publish one of our Canva website landing pages. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. You can always drop a comment and hit that subscribe and that bell, and you will be notified anytime we update a training on Canva. All right, thank you for joining us.